Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Cooking for the Family. I'm Dyvonne and today I'm going to share with you how to make these fun Easter cupcakes with some homemade frosting. This frosting is so delicious. It is totally yummy and it just whips up so nicely and fluffy. You ready? Let's get started. Now let's go on and get started first with our cupcake batter. I'm using a vanilla cake mix, but you can also use white cake mix as well. Now I like to substitute the water in the mix for milk, and I'm using whole milk. And then to that, we're going to put the eggs in that are recommended on the back of the box. And the reason why I like to use milk, I feel that it adds a little extra richness and flavor to the cupcakes, and it also helps them to have more of that homemade taste and texture. And so we put in a half a cup of regular vegetable oil, and then my eggs were on the counter at room temperature, so they were nice room temperature eggs. The room temperature eggs are going to mix better in your batter. And be sure to take a moment to scrape the bottom and sides of your bowl just in case any of the dry mix has settled in the bottom of the bowl. Now what we're going to do is I have 3 different sizes here of containers of bowls, and what we're going to do is we're going to divide our batter into 3 different parts. You can do 2 different parts of batter and split it evenly. I like to do 3 because I like to have options of having different color combinations. Some of our cupcakes are going to be all one color. Some will be triple color and some will be double color. And this is something, making the cupcakes, especially for Easter, is something that I've done with my children as they were growing up. And we just had so much fun with it. And the kids enjoyed making the different color mixes. The first one I'm going to do is going to be the lemon yellow color. And these mixes actually come in a little box that I got from the grocery store. And you get about 6 or you get 8 different colors that come in this little box. And it is great because, you get your yellows, your reds, your pinks. And so we just have all the different colors that we normally would use. And so I have been using those, and I always rebuy them anytime I see them at the grocery store. So I highly suggest them because it was just a few bucks, but you get all the colors that you would need when you're coloring batter or cookie dough or anything like that. So I'm going to be sticking with the Easter colors, the nice spring colors of the pretty yellow. We're also doing a nice green, and this is a leaf green. And you can add as much or as little as the gel coloring to your batter to get, depending on the intensity of color. And so we just need a little bit because the gel really colors the batter well, and a little bit goes a long way. So we've got our green, and we're also going to do a nice pink color as well. If you are new to my channel, welcome, and if you're a returner, welcome back. My name is Dyvonne, and this is my channel, Cooking for the Family. And on my channel, I share my kitchen and everything that I like to bake and cook for my family. I love to share with you, so I invite you to hit that subscribe button and become part of my wonderful subscribers. Now the color pink that we're using is a rose pink, and it just creates a really nice pastel rose color that works great for the Easter cupcakes. Now I'm using my little cupcake scooper, and this is about the size of a tablespoon, maybe a little bit bigger than that. And I'm going to put 1 scoop plus a little bit more. Typically you can get 24 cupcakes from using the scooper. However, what I've found is that in the last few years really, that the boxes of cake mix have kind of shrank, and so you're not going to get as much batter out of a box as I used to, where I got nice full cupcake tins. So if you fall short by filling some of the tins, just be mindful. It does tend to happen from time to time. A fun Easter activity that I'd like to share with y'all is that if the kids aren't helping you with the batter and to fill the cupcake tins, something that I've done before is that when I'm using a triple color, I'll make 1 or 2 of the cupcakes a triple color, and then later on the kids are going to help me to frost the cupcakes. Well, what I do is that I let the family know, hey, the family's over, my nieces and nephews, and I'll say, hey, a couple of the cupcakes, we have triple colors, and whoever ends up finding that cupcake, I have an extra Easter goodie bag for them. So that's just some little extra Easter fun to have with the family. So these are going to bake at 325 for about 15 minutes. Our cupcakes are out of the oven. They've baked up for that 15 minutes at the 325. They are looking so cute. All the colors have just started to rise up together and mix around. And so what we're going to do is, while our cupcakes cool, we're going to go on and make some of that homemade frosting. Now, in the description box below, I will have a list of all the ingredients you need to make this frosting, as well as to put your cupcakes together. So what we're using is 1 stick of salted butter, and I like to use salted butter when I'm making my homemade frosting because I typically don't put any additional salt in the frosting, so using that salted butter really helps to balance things out. And that was 1 stick of very soft salted butter. You want to go on and whip it up really good with your mixer, and then to that we're going to be adding some vanilla extract as well as some almond extract. Be sure to scrape down the sides of your bowl so that way your butter really whips in well and continues to get nice and soft. Now, to our butter, we're going to be adding some powdered sugar, and we're going to be adding 2 cups of powdered sugar. Now, this recipe can definitely be doubled if you want to frost a full cake, either a 9-inch layer cake or either an 8-inch layer cake. Just double the recipe for the frosting and you'll be able to have plenty of frosting to frost either of those size cakes. Now, to that, we went on and we're adding in that 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. I also like to add a little bit of the almond extract, and we're actually going to be adding an 1/8 teaspoon measure. I only have a 1/4 teaspoon that I'm using, so I'm just gonna put just a few drops in there, and that'll give me my 1/8 teaspoon measure. Now, if you don't have almond extract, you can leave it out and only use the vanilla extract. If that's all you have on hand, that's perfectly fine. Now, next we're going to be using heavy whipping cream. I like to use the heavy whipping cream because it's really going to help your frosting to be light and fluffy. Now, because we are using heavy whipping cream, you want to be mindful that if you're making your cupcakes way in advance, like the day before or the morning of, to go on and refrigerate your cupcakes so that way with the dairy they still stay nice and fresh. So I put in 1/4 cup of the heavy whipping cream, and you just want to let everything really just whip up and blend well. And then to have it, make sure to have it be nice, light, and fluffy, you're gonna go off of consistency. And so if I look and I see if it's a little thick, just add maybe just a little bit more, about a tablespoon to possibly 2 tablespoons, because you want to get that nice fluffy consistency where you can either spread it really easily or either you can pipe it really well in your bag. So this is what our frosting is looking like. It's nice and fluffy. I'm going to go on and put it inside my freezer bag that I have here. And so if you don't have a regular piping bag, you can use a nice freezer bag or either a storage bag. Either one of those will work really nicely. And so you're going to go on and put all your frosting in. These are some of the decorations that we're going to be putting on. These little carrots, those little candies, and we're also going to be putting on some of these eggs on top. And of course, we're going to put on some little jelly beans as well as some sprinkles. And when it comes to the toppings, the decorations that go on top of your cupcakes, you can use kind of whatever you like or whatever that you have on hand. But these are just some ideas that things that I like to use. And also when it comes to my piping bag, you see I just did a small little slit right there at the top. That's what you want to do. And then I keep it really simple where we're just going to go in a swirl pattern from around the edge all the way, and I just go all the way like that, really simply, and I just keep going around in the circle till I fill it in the inside, and then again just around the outside edge all the way in. And I don't go all the way to the edge of the cupcake, and that's because for me I like to leave a little bit of that cupcake showing around the edge, but you are more than welcome to go all the way from the edge to the edge if that's what you like. So we're just going to go on and decorate these. I have some cute little pink sprinkles that we're putting on, and then some of those little chocolate candy eggs. And this is the part that I just love doing so much with my babies when they were little, and just, decorating the cupcakes. And half of the decorations would end up on the cupcakes, the other half would end up in their tummies, and we would just have so much fun with it. And to this day, my kids are a little bit bigger, and they still remember during the Christmas and Easter time, us decorating the cupcakes and doing different things like that. So just take your time and make those wonderful family memories. Now for the candy decorations that we're going to use on the paper, this is what you want to do. You just want to take your butter knife and just kind of get right under between the candy and the paper and just kind of rock back and forth your little butter knife, because I found that if I try to take them just peel them off with my fingers, what happens is they tend to crack and break. And so I found that just taking this little butter knife and just kind of wedging it right there, they just slide off so much easier. And then that way we can go on and just put them on all of our cupcakes like we like. Well, I'm going to go on and finish these decorations, and then I'm going to bring you back. Well, I have finished decorating our Easter cupcakes. They look so cute. Well, I know my family is going to enjoy them so much, but you know what? I think it's time for us to go on and give it a try. So this is what our cupcake is looking like. And this first bite's for you. Go ahead and take your bite. I'm going to see how we did. Wow. These cupcakes, they taste so good. They're nice and moist. Putting the milk in the batter really makes a difference in the taste and texture of these wonderful cupcakes. Well, I hope you give this recipe a try. Happy Easter to you and your family. I hope you have a beautiful and safe Easter. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, I invite you to hit that subscribe button and click share, and share this video with a friend or family. Well, that is it for me today, y'all. And remember, it's always good when Dyvonne is cooking for the family. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye, everybody.